So I bet you're thinking, did he leave these dad jokes back in 2021? No, he didn't. Why couldn't the bicycle stand up? Because he was too tired.
Perfect.
Right, my broskies, it has been too damn long. It's been about a month or so since I did my last video. And this is probably the longest I've gone without any content on YouTube since I started taking it seriously anyway. And for those who don't know, I actually got really sick with COVID and it wasn't too dramatic, but we just thank God we're over the worst of it. It's one of those things that do linger as well. So I'm still recovering, but we're well enough to do some content for you. So I'm catching up on all the videos that I did really miss out over the holidays, and where better to start with a top 10 list of last year. I know it's a lot later than expected, but you know what they say, better late than never. And before we start with the top 10 sneakers of 2021, of course, Happy New Year to all my broskies. I'm praying that this year is one to remember for the right reasons. So with all that waffling aside, let's dive right in to what I think the top 10 sneakers of last year actually were. Now I'm gonna get the elephant out of the room first. These two sneakers are what I would have given the obvious winners of last year. Technically, I haven't actually had these in hand, so I can't really put these on the list as well. But the obvious two would have been the Jordan 1 Low Travis Scott and Fragment collaboration. There's just something about the low cut of this collaboration. The high was alright, but this one was something very special. And of course, like everyone else, I took that L, but I took it on the chin because the hype train isn't really for me. I sort of left that back in 2020. But of course, I still have to appreciate these. Now the other one that I really wish I did get my hands on, but I took an L again, and one that I think everyone put on top of their list, well 99% of people anyway. It was of course the Jordan 3 Ama Maniere. Now the story behind this sneaker, the inspiration behind it, and of course how these look separates itself from the crowd. And who doesn't love a Jordan 3? To me that tops off any other sneaker from last year, but of course I didn't actually get my hands on a pair. So yes, it's an obvious chart topper, but then again I can't really put these on the list. So with all that aside, let's dive right in. Now starting off at number 10, the Air Max that started it all for me. And I'm torn between these two colorways. It is of course the Air Max BW Persian Violet and the LA colorway. Now this was my first ever Air Max that I ever purchased as a kid. I can't remember the exact colorway and I've spoken about this before. But the OG Persian Violet is just something else entirely. For me though, the LA colorway was the one. I even purchased them on StockX. I paid a pretty penny for them and I got the sizing a bit wrong for my foot, so I had to let them go. But the Air Max BW is a classic nonetheless. The follow up to the Air Max 90, Nike did do this justice. But making it a number 10 is the Air Max BW Persian Violet / LA. Now at number 9, another tiebreaker on the list. It is of course the Jordan 4 Taupe Haze and UNC colorway. These two colorways for me were super clean and they were so hard to get as well, especially the Taupe Haze. Now even though I took the L's like most people did, and even though the Jordan 4 is my favorite Jordan out of the lot, I know that's a controversial statement, but yes, the Jordan 4 is my favorite Jordan. I wasn't really that upset that I didn't get them. There were so many other sneakers that I did want throughout the year, so I was pretty cool that I missed out. And yeah, I'm gonna say that now because I took the L, but you know, it is what it is. Now at number 8, this is another Jordan 4, but this colorway does do something so different. It is of course the Jordan 4 Lightning. Now this is one of those sneakers you can rock all year round. Yes, you might have to look after the materials, but the colorway is super clean. And when it comes to sneakers, I love a bit of green and orange and yellow on my shoes. And this one just stands out for the right reasons. And I know these were a lot easier to get compared to like the UNCs for example, but I didn't actually go for these. But I know whoever got their hands on a pair really do appreciate this colorway. So at number 8, that is the Jordan 4 Lightning. Now as we reach number 7, it is the first New Balance on the list. It is the New Balance 550 and Rich Paul collaboration. The 550 silhouette is probably my most worn sneaker of last year, but this collaboration was one I was trying to get so hard. I think I entered the most raffles I ever did of last year and I took the L and I took it on the chin. because after I saw those resale prices, I was like, you know what? You can keep those, bro. Now, even though the AOD I do rate a lot higher in terms of its collaboration, this one isn't far behind. The color tones to it just separates itself from the GR550s. So that is at number 7, the New Balance and Rich Paul collaboration. Now at number 6, this is such a big tiebreaker, but I couldn't choose honestly. We have a tie between the Jordan 1 UNC and the Jordan 1 Ama Maniere. So the UNC, I actually paid resale for it, and there was a big palaver with Go. I'll leave a link down below somewhere. But I think buying it off there and the quality control and a potential fake pair being sent to me, it kind of put me off the release. But I've got to say, out of the Jordan 1s to release last year, that was one that really stood out to me. And then came the Jordan 1 Ama Maniere, and I was actually blown away. I didn't actually go for a pair, but I can appreciate these very highly. Honestly, look at the color tones to it. The only thing I was worried about with that sneaker is trying to keep them clean because of the materials and the colorway as well. You're most likely going to have to spray protect them before every use. But nonetheless, one of the best Jordans to release last year. Now before we hit the top 5, I just want to give a big thank you to the sponsor of this video, Shoe Stack. My good friend Bernardo over there at Shoe Stack really hooked me up with a nice care package before Christmas. Such as their new crease guards, which have a gel lining to it, so they're even more comfortable than before. So if you're not trying to crease up them Jordan 1s or Dunks, then these have got you covered. And another thing they sent me that I have to use religiously, honestly, I can't have a pair of sneakers without some of these in. It helps your sneaker maintain its shape when they're not in use. Of course, these are their shoe trees. But not only that, of course they offer a lot more on their website as well. I'll leave a link down below, and the code to save you 10% off is Broski10. All of the information will be down below, and a link to their socials and website as well. Now, top 5. I promise you this is the last tiebreaker of the list. I couldn't decide out of the two. Now these to me were the best looking Nike Dunks to release last year. I don't care, argue with yourself or with your nan. They are of course the Nike Dunk Low Dusty Olive and the Nike Dunk Low Medium Curry. These are two of the Nike Dunks that stood out to me last year, and the premium feel to these materials just says it all. The medium curries I actually hit off Offspring, and I was super chuffed to have them. I actually got rid of them though because I ended up getting gifted by Nike the Dusty Olives. And they're more my cup of tea, they just look like less work to keep clean. But regardless of all that, if you've got one of these two, you are very, very lucky. The Dusty Olives were super hard to get a hold of, and the release was a little bit quiet. The medium curries had a little bit more hype, but even then these were so hard to get a hold of. But that starts off my top 5. Now at number 4, another New Balance on this list, and it's the New Balance 2000R Protection Pack. I think some people do like to refer it to as the Refined Future Pack. And funnily enough, this is actually a GR sneaker. You would have thought it's a collaboration, but it's actually not. The way New Balance did this sneaker made people pay a lot more attention to the 2000R, myself included. I had no clue about the 2000R until this pack came out, and that grey pair is something I really wanted. The Phantom pair is nice and all, but that grey colourway is creme de la creme. So at number 4, that is the 2000R Refined Future Pack, aka Protection Pack. So top 3, it's starting to sizzle, it's starting to heat up in here. It is the Air Max 90 DQM, aka Bacon. Now this did actually retro for the first time since 2004. And for some people, this was on their grail list, so they were so happy when these did retro. For me, this was the first time getting my hands on a pair, and I was so happy to pay what I paid. I only recently got these off StockX for about $158 or something after shipping and taxes, that sort of thing. And I think they retailed for about $130 as well, so I wasn't too mad at that. For me, these were the best looking Air Max 90s to come out last year, and I think these came out on Air Max Day as well. The initial rollout was very special, but I think because of all the hype with the Jordans, the Dunks and that sort of thing, people really didn't take much notice after. But this is one of those sneakers, if you know, you know, and it's a real sneakerheads collaboration. So that is the Air Max 90 Dave Quality Meets, aka Bacon. So we've come to number 2, and this one was a real struggle to try and find a winner. I was riding that wave and thinking, is it this one or is it this one? But it is of course the Air Max 1 Patta in this Monarch colorway. Now this collaboration was one we really did need last year. Just like the Air Max 90 Bacon, this was a real sneakerheads collaboration. Not every TikToker and their aunt had these. There were 3 more colorways as well, but this one out of the pack just stood out to me. I just love some orange on a sneaker. The Aqua Noise or Noise Aqua, that colorway wasn't far behind either. And then the black pair come out, and I think that one goes with so many more outfits all year round as well. But before the black one, there was the maroon one, and that's one of those sneakers you either really like or you don't. The one I really wanted though was of course this Monarch colorway, and I actually got these from Patta's website. I paid the whole import fees and all that stuff, so it kind of killed it for me in terms of the actual release, but I was so happy to have these. It's just something so unique from Nike and Patta. Of course, changing the mudguard a little bit, and of course the colorway as well. So coming in at number 2 is the Air Max 1 Patta Monarch. Now I think a lot of you who follow me on Instagram know what's coming next. It is of course another New Balance. Personally for me, I think New Balance have killed it this year. They've probably had the best year out of every other brand. So many sneaker releases and so many good collaborations with New Balance last year. It was hard to keep up. But this was one for me that topped it all. Topping off my list is of course the New Balance 550 Amy Leon Dore in this natural green colorway. Now don't get me wrong, there are a lot of different colorways that I did like with the 550 and AOD, but this natural green colorway just separates itself entirely. There are a couple other colorways that do come close, such as the grey colorway and of course the navy and red. But for me, the one that tops it off is this natural green one. I had to pay resale and I weren't too mad at the price. I paid about $180, $190 and I can't be too mad at that. This is the most expensive out of the pack on StockX. It goes for about $350 to £400 in my size anyway. So I'm thankful to have these for that price as well. And ever since I got these, this is my most worn sneaker. Now the New Balance 550 isn't the most comfortable sneaker that New Balance offer, but for me, it's the most comfortable vintage basketball sneaker there is. The forums aren't far behind, but the Nike Dunk isn't even in the convo. In terms of comfort and style, when it comes to basketball vintage sneakers, these ones are top of the list. But anyways broskies, that is my top 10 sneakers of last year. Of course the game is all based on opinion, so I want you to leave it down below what your top 10 or even top 5 is. Do you agree with some of the sneakers on this list, or am I smoking something I can't even say on this video? Leave it all down below, and of course I will be pinning the best comments. But anyway, thank you so much for the support last year and of course your patience towards the end as well. I promise you there's so many more videos coming soon. I've got like a backlog of things I need to put out. But thank God I'm a lot better and I'm raring to go. I've been itching to get my fat head in front of this camera, but we're back baby. We're back. But I'm gonna love you and leave you there broskies. Thanks again for everything and I really hope this year is your year. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share, and of course, till the next episode, take care.